Let you introduce yourself, actually.
Right. Hey guys, I go by the name of Shanae and I've got a business called We The Vibe. That's what I'm coming to talk about today.
Wonderful. You're also doing currently, you do YouTube.
Yeah, I do YouTube, so I promote like upcoming songs and songs that's already coming in Ghana. So I'll just review the videos and then just vibes to it.
That's nice. How did you get into doing that?
I was just trying to figure out like what can I do on YouTube because I'm not really like a hair and makeup fanatic. What I mean? So I was like, oh, let me just try and do something small. And I've been seeing people do a lot of reviews on YouTube. So I was like, oh, let me just try, Ghanaian music and see, how that goes.
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
Whole shebang.
Wow. I can tell you like to dance as well.
Yeah, I love dancing. I love music. So I was like, let me just throw in that segment and because it's enjoyable.
Music is universal. So it touches a wide range of people. Yeah. So in your time doing, so you said you have a business called We The Vibe. In your time setting that up, did you find that you had any difficulties or what was the plan? What was the vision when you first started out?
The vision, it was so funny. I was going to Ghana 3 months beforehand. So I was like, oh, there's a lot of group chats of people going to Ghana, but there's not like group chats saying, oh, there's these specific events going on or there's this kind of music or pubs and bars to go to in Ghana. So I was like, oh, let me make a WhatsApp group chat. So I made like a logo and then just threw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, if you want to join this group chat and know about more events in Ghana, come and join. So then from there, I've got a following of people. So then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me turn this to like an Instagram page. So everything I'm promoting in the WhatsApp group chat, just put it straight through to the Instagram page. And then from there, I've just been doing it myself. It's been hard, obviously, putting out content and trying to find content on a daily basis. But it's picking up. Yeah.
So obviously you're Ghanaian, so the culture comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you just wow, I hope this appeals to a wider range of audience, because obviously you know that Afrobeats and Ghanaian music, African music, whatever, it's on the rise now. It's branching out to a lot of different people. In fact, later on I wanted to talk about how obviously with the whole Lion King,
Shatta Wale,
the whole Lion King
album,
Beyonce basically put people on. They were already famous in their own
world,
but through that they were able to kind of branch out, and a lot of people that don't listen to them were able to kind of
oh, this is kind of the vibes I like.
So do you think that your page brings something similar?
I feel like my page brings a dynamic for people to see in the diaspora, because a lot of people assume, oh, if you go to Ghana, you know how they just assume picture Africa in a box is just villages and people are hungry. Obviously there's real hustle in Ghana, you get what I mean, but there's real vibes, there's real culture, there's real people, and obviously showing that and showing it to people that's a different aspect to Ghana, it kind of opens up their mind a bit, her tracks majority of the time, because I've seen her rise and how she's actually made an impact as a female artist in Ghanaian industry. So it's been it's been a big thing for me to see that growth. Yeah.
Do you know what? I feel like everyone that I know from Ghana, I'm not gonna try and generalize, but they're all doing pop-in movements. Recently, a lot of Ghanaians have been on the rise. You've been seeing a lot of Ghanaians pop up a lot of the time. So I'm just Ghana has something inside there that they weren't. It's a hidden secret. They weren't telling people.
It's this hidden gem that's been there, and people have been so blinded by it. And I feel from even since last year till this year, it's just been more people coming out with things that. It's been big.
Yeah, there's a lot of people going back there to work, and a lot of people going back there to establish things. They've built a base for themselves here, but then they just go and take it back there. The idea, they'll build it here and then they'll go and take it back. And I feel like that's kind of what we were supposed to do in the beginning, because a lot of our parents came to London to kind of make a better
living life
for us. But a lot of the people, when they came here, they kind of I feel like they got stuck just in the system and like how London works, like work to home without really thinking, okay, I need to, everything that I've learned and everything that I've acquired here, I need to really now go back home and establish it there.
Yeah.
But what do you think on that? What do you think?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like, well, growing up in the UK especially, like we've just been in this whole kind of bubble, like it's been a cultural bubble, and from even our childhood it wasn't even a big thing to say you're African. Do you get what I mean? Like there was
a lot of people were ashamed.
Everyone's like, I'm Caribbean on the slide, not knowing deep down the Nigerian. Do you get what I mean? So like it's been a big like battle for people, but they've been realizing as they're growing that their culture's intertwining with their culture in the UK or wherever they are, and they're now realizing that no, I need to go back home, I need to make a change, start something. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of the time as well, you know, like how Donald Trump is just saying, oh yeah, go back home, like, and like when you were like naughty, like back in the day, they'll say, yeah, we'll send you back home. It was
Ori.
And like I wouldn't want to say the generic term for it is shea butter.
Shea butter, yeah.
So I was gonna say, even with our shea butter, we didn't see the value in it. Like we just had it as like a localized thing,
like get from the
people,
market.
Yeah, people even like look down on it and say, I'll buy my own other cream. Like. But when other people saw that it was nice and started selling it back to us, that's when we realized, oh, it's nice. So now we're gonna claim it back for ourselves.
Claim it back. Like instead of us creating a foundation to sell these products ourselves, you know what I mean?
When someone else knows that it's nice, that's when we also know that it's nice. Like, we use it as something that's like, oh, it's there, plenty. There,
Oh, you even reminded me of something, you know, the carrier bags, or people call it Ghana Must Go bags.
Yeah.
Stop saying that. But
that's what it
is. No, Topshop, like last year they was selling it for like what? £25, £30 in the stores.
Wow.
And I was thinking, listen, this thing that I get for £1, £2 to carry my stuff in, it's selling at £35. And there was like an uproar on Twitter. I was like, oh, how are you selling our stuff? Did you even get like, you know, did you even ask the founders of it? Like,
even as goes like as far as like black soap, you know, like the village soap. They're now selling it for I think like £6 or £7. They're calling it vegan charcoal something soap.
Oh, come on.
Obviously it's selling out. They were just like, people were amazed at this vegan product, the ash and something from the volcanic properties. Us this doodle song that we've been rubbing on our face. Like,
come on, like you go to Pax, is what 99p.
Yeah, exactly. And they're selling it and making a killing
out of
our own thing. But it's only now that we're seeing someone else do it that we're just like, that's us. You should have jumped on it.
Like, I feel like that's something we need to stop. Like if we see what we have, we should just, you know, build it up. But it's like we're not one as well, like, you know what I mean, to help each other out and support. Like that's an issue we have. It's just a lack of support that we need to come back on top of it.
But I feel like even coming back to, as I was saying, my mentor came on here, even coming down to mentorship, the kind of standards that we set for ourselves and we set for our children and our youth and our young people, it's very important. Like he instills a lot in young people, not even just because obviously he's a man of God, not even just spiritually, but with his businesses, as he has a university, and it's in Ghana, but it is in affiliation with Cambridge University. So like, when you basically when you enroll and you study and you finish your course, the certificate you'll get is a Cambridge certificate.
That's big.
Exactly. So it's like creating opportunities for people that wouldn't normally have that. Do you get what I'm saying? He's even got scholarship programs so that you can enroll in that kind of thing. We've got the what's it called? We've got the youth club that he's just opened that a while ago. They did auditions for what's it called? Auditions for a film that's due to be on Netflix. Yeah, so they were doing castings. He's creating a lot of opportunities for young people, like even as going as far to say the most recent one was like talent scouts from like football
Okay,
people. I don't know that much about football. Football agencies.
Wow.
So he's doing a lot of people. That's just one to name a few.
Yeah.
But he's doing a lot for our young people, and I feel like our young people need a lot of people that are going to bring them up. The right environment, the right mentorship, the right just the right surroundings. Because a lot of the time, even with Top Boy, how it's coming out, how it just came out again. Obviously they raised a lot of issues, and a lot of people commented saying, oh yeah, they raised a lot of issues like mental health. They what was the other one?
Sexuality, asylum seekers as well.
A lot of things, and a lot of people just saw the fact that there was just the hood side,
black guys,
and the stereotype, but I think it was Judy Love that was even saying that, to be honest, we have to look at our reality, and that is part of their reality. It's like, just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean it's not going on. Just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean it's not happening. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's well and good that these things were build a relationship with that son.
There at the times when you needed.
Exactly. You didn't build a relationship with that son, so now that son found someone that they can build a relationship with, and now that's their mentor, and they're gonna give them a certain respect because they received love from that person.
Do
you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
A lot of the times we're taught stuff like academics, like I've already said, and what's the word, to be savvy, like with money and stuff. Like they'll be teaching you, bucket bath or whatever, saving those 1-2 pennies, but then they use those 1-2 pennies to go build a house back home. And you're still paying for things back home, and then your child is kind of suffering like here, like
there's not anything for them.
Whilst you're not building a relationship with them.
There needs to be like a kind of middle balance of, I know you're doing stuff, but also your child is here as well. Like, try and instill what you've learned into them as well. Like, don't just leave them hanging, because sometimes some children, if they don't get that love and support from young, they kind of struggle when they're growing up. So you know, as they say, like in Africa, it takes a village to raise a child. So we should keep that same momentum whilst we're here as well.
It's true, but a lot of the time I feel like because of that no relationship thing, especially in strict households. Because that no relationship thing is hard. It's very hard for them to listen and want to even get to know your culture that is so beautiful. You don't even know it.
You don't know it.
But it's so beautiful, so deep, and so rich that you ought to know it. Do you get what I'm saying? You ought to know it, but because of the way that your parents are towards you, you kind of don't want to know it. You're kind of ashamed, like, and like back to like how I was saying, with the whole cultural appropriation thing, like. People are now starting to see the beauty in like the things that we're doing.
Definitely,
that's a beautiful thing in itself.
It's beautiful, man. We need it. It's about time.
It's turned from African beauty scratcher
to all these negativity
to African beauty. Like, now they're appreciating the beauty of the African beauty scratcher. Like,
now everyone wants one.
Everyone wants one. Like, literally. So I feel like, in a sense, not that. Okay, don't come for me in the comments. Not that it's good to be appropriated, but. If something spikes a reaction in us that we feel like we need to grab onto our culture, I feel like sometimes it's a good thing.
It's a good thing,
one thing as well, a guest on, it wasn't on this show, but it was another show on GFM radio. I think it was straight from Concentrate. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. But she was a guest on here. I think it was Yasmin, actually. She said something that stuck with me till now. It was a show that was a while back, but it stuck with me until now. And she was basically like, for women, you carry generations in your womb.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very important for us as black women to raise black sons and daughters
yeah.
in a way that they ought to raise people under them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's so true.
If you know that a child carries a generation, the way you nurture that child is very, very important.
Yeah.
So for you to be doing work home, and neglecting that generation, it's not a child, it's a generation. You get what I'm saying?
Family tree, like you want it to continue, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
literally. So I found that quite, I found it quite interesting and quite deep. Like, so I was just like, oh, wow.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, our other guest is still currently on his way. He's saying, what was the door number? But I sent it to him, but hopefully he's on his way.
On his way, man.
Is there anything that I'm not even gonna throw shade or try and draw him out? He's half and half mixed race. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he reacts to these views. Yeah. But as well, I was gonna ask, do you think that, obviously we spoke about Kim Kardashian just now, she's married to a black man,
yeah.
Do you think she uses her, because there's something else called white privilege, a lot of people don't acknowledge it, but it exists. Do you think that him marrying a white woman is good for him in terms of how the doors that she can open for him because she's white, or do you think it's bad for him because he's kind of diluting and moving away from his actual race?
Personally, I feel like it's split here and here, because he married her because he did see a potential for a wife and a partner, but I saw some aspects that he was losing himself in his identity and was trying to conform to a whole different world. And
but do you think that it's because of her color, or what do you think?
I won't necessarily say it's her colour. I feel like the different upbringings and the backgrounds and the hustles he went through, and how she didn't have like a mainstream hustle like him growing up. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
he came from a hood.
more than anything.
Yeah, it's background more than colour, like, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like, oh my gosh, a lot of the time we encounter so many people that they're from so many different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And they've gone through so many things that we don't even realise.
Yeah.
And that's how they behave the way they behave. But you might be thinking, oh, why is this person behaving like that?
It's that strange, right?
You don't know what they've gone through, my dear.
You can't judge.
You don't know what they've gone through.
No.
So, to be honest, I feel like colour is a big issue in today's society.
Massive.
And although, like, we're always referring back to Black History Month, and there's a lot of things that black people did for history, so that we can enjoy it now in the future. It's not just the slavery, it's not just all those
the freedom fighters,
wicked things. But I find it. Have you ever pulled out the racist card, like, you're racist, or after your ancestors did this to us? Because I find that a lot of the time when people are angry at, like, people of other descent, they're like, oh, after your people did this to us, you're wicked, you're this, that.
Like, I have, like, well, when I was younger, I used to do that a lot. Like, I got lied to, like, you're racist. But as I've grown, I've just seen that it's not you, it's how you've been brought and what you've been, like, what you've fed into your mind. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people need to unlearn certain things that they've been grown up with. That's not really good. You know what I mean?
And also, you've got to understand that, like, your parents or the people that have taught you that stuff, they grew up in a different time when racism was it still oh my gosh, there's another story coming. It's still very much a big issue.
Massive.
I'm not gonna lie, because obviously there's the killing to America, there's all these things, even down to, like, your partners and the things that